Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention toward home plate for graduate candidates from North Seattle College and South Seattle College, and right field for graduate candidates from Seattle Central College and Seattle Vocational Institute, and all Bachelor of Applied Science graduate candidates.
Please stand for our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does their star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Seattle College's Chancellor, Sean Pan. Chancellor Pan previously served as president of Mesa Community College in Mesa, Arizona. He has also held executive roles at Northern Arizona University, Broward College, Florida State College, and the Community College of Philadelphia. Chancellor Sean Pan.
Good evening. On behalf of all of us at Seattle Colleges, I extend a very warm welcome to the graduating class of 2017. We welcome your family, friends, Seattle College's faculty, staff, administrators who have supported you during your time on our campuses. It gives me great pleasure to acknowledge our special guests, including Dr. Elizabeth Chen, a member of the Washington State Board for Community and Technical Colleges, and her spouse, Mark Chen. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your presence. Susan Gules, Director of the Board of North Seattle College's Educational Fund. the family of Dr. Sheila Edwards Lamb, President of Seattle Central College, and the families of our student speakers, Leonard King Jr., Sarah Michelasi, Jackie Tran, and Mildred Leatap Wagner. I would now like to honor the many people who greeted you when you arrived at the field today. We are all the Seattle College's faculty and staff of Seattle Colleges. Please stand, receive our appreciation, and say thank you. Thank you. It is my honor to introduce you Seattle College's Board of Trustees. Please hold your applause until they're all standing. Chair, Teresita Badayola. Vice Chair, Louis Channing. Trustee Carmen Gayton. Thank you, trustees. It is now my pleasure to introduce our college leadership. Again, please hold your applause until they are all standing. North Seattle College President, Dr. Warren Brown. Seattle Central College President, Dr. Sheila Edwards Lane. South Seattle College President, Gary Otley. Seattle Vocational Institute Interim Executive Dean Maureen Shader. Thank you for your leadership, commitment to our students, and in particular to those who are sitting before us. It is with great pride that I stand with you tonight. I joined Seattle Colleges last July. During the last 11 months, I discovered, as you did during your tenure at one of the Seattle colleges, an obvious truth. Seattle College is a special place, and that everyone on our campuses wanted nothing more than for you to succeed. Our faculty and staff did all they could to empower you to achieve your dream of completing a college education. Recall for a minute, when you needed extra help with an assignment, your instructor was there. They found time for you outside the class. When you couldn't pay tuition, the financial aid department staff found options to help you continue. When childcare fell through or your car broke down, a college navigator found alternative resources to help you out. When you wanted to apply skills you learned, faculty and staff led you to extracurricular leadership and internship opportunities. And when you needed extra boost to keep you going, your fellow students supported you to the next step. And most important of all, it was your determination, hard work, and the support of your family and your loved ones that led you to this significant milestone. On behalf of all of us at the Seattle Colleges, congratulations on you on achieving this great milestone. Thank you.
Please welcome to the podium Seattle Vocational Institute Interim Executive Dean Maureen Shader.
SBI! Woo! Good evening. It is my privilege to introduce you to SVI's student speaker, graduate candidate Leonard King Jr. Leonard excelled at SVI and has exceeded his own expectations. He has taken on leadership positions on campus and is helping others who share his experience. He's also made the dean's list twice. In 2016, he performed on the stage at Benaroya Hall in Street Requiem concert benefiting the homeless in Seattle alongside the Wands of Macklemore's thrift shop. When Leonard King arrived at SVI, he and his family were living on the streets. As many of my colleagues know all too well, we are seeing more and more students who are experiencing homelessness. Despite the odds against him, Leonard's determination, hard work, and hope in a better future has resulted in a successful completion of SVI's pre-apprentice construction training program, PACT, and an apprenticeship, PACT, go PACT, and an apprenticeship in carpentry with Local 41. He is an inspiration to me, and I'm so proud of him, and he's an inspiration to all of us. It's my privilege to present SVI's student speaker, graduate candidate, Leonard King, Jr. Give it up.
Class of 2017, I am honored to be here in your presence on this great day in history. I first give all praise to my Heavenly Father. Class of 2017, I am thankful. I'm thankful to the students present and future. Education is the key. I also give honor today to all the instructors, faculty, in all Seattle colleges and the city of Seattle for the programs that helped me get to where I am today. I am thankful for hope, faith, persistency, courage, focus, and last but not least, I'm thankful for love. It's been a long time coming, class of 2017. This I saw and this I see. Today, presently, we have achieved. I must give you my testimony on the path endured to get to where I am today. For this, I am thankful. When I enrolled in Seattle Vocational Institute, I was homeless, sleeping on the streets of downtown Seattle. My family and I, we suffered a house fire, and we lost everything. I felt hopeless. I felt afraid. With a pregnant wife and a small child, not only did I feel hopeless, I started to lose my faith, a fear in losing my family, and in fear of losing my life. I couldn't look left and I couldn't look right. I was already down, so the only direction I could look to was right to the light. I fell on my knees on a cold, rainy day in the middle of downtown Seattle. I always was a strong person. I never give up, and I'm known for doing and giving my all. I called out to the only source I knew, which was my Heavenly Father. Thank you, Lord. I first cried out, "Thank you." Though I was struggling, I was yet alive. So I had to say thank you. I asked my Heavenly Father for help. I left everything in the hands of the Almighty because I know God will pick me up by my faith. The Almighty told me I'd never give up either, and I always give my all. Right then and there, I knew everything would be all right. And I'm here today to tell you, class of 2017, that I am thankful. I became a student at SVI because it offered a unique program called the Pre-Apprentice Construction Training Program, better known as the Mighty PACT program. This program taught me the basics to build. I used these tools to rebuild my family, rebuild my future, and also rebuild my life. These skills taught and opened up a guaranteed path to success that I could follow, my children and my children's children could follow. And today, I am thankful. Class of 2017, when you truly put your heart and mind to doing something, you can accomplish anything. I am living proof. I became Director of Advocacy and Politics on the Associate Student Leadership Committee at SVI because I saw a vision of success and change for our entire city, and also to gain knowledge to create a better leader out of me. Being a veteran, I have a passion for leadership. I am a leader who knows change. I am a leader who understands the obstacles we endure living our lives. See, when one challenges oneself to completing a task, one begins to change the perception he or she has upon themselves. Positivity and motivation is the key. I finished my course of study with a 3.83 grade point average. Truly, you guys, it's an accomplishment I never ever thought I would ever be able to achieve. I made the dean's list not once, but twice. Today I am thankful. I'm thankful for all the instructors and staff who motivated us to keep striving. Class of 2017, I tell you, keep pushing. And to all the great instructors, I thank you for that push. Take a look at all you've pushed to success. On this great day of achievement, I am thankful for my mother and for my father, for my wife and for my children. I am thankful for my struggle and my ups and downs and the fact that I made it through. In closing, I thank Seattle colleges and the city of Seattle for making my dream come true. Class of 2017, I'm Mr. Leonard King Jr. I'm thankful for you.
Please welcome to the podium Seattle Central College President Sheila Edwards Lang.
Welcome, class of 2017, and congratulations. Leonard, I want to echo what Maureen said. You are truly an inspiration to all of us here, and we are grateful for you. It's my pleasure to introduce Mildred Lael Wagner. She was an uneducated immigrant when she signed up for ESL classes at South Seattle College in 2006. Like many in her shoes, she knew education was a way to a better life. She worked hard to overcome a variety of challenges. Lacking transportation, she walked up and down Delridge every day to get to class. Lacking funds, she spent 39 cents for hot water to make coffee because she couldn't join her classmates when they invited her out to eat. But her perseverance paid off. She got her certificate in medical assistant. She returned to Central and got her associate degree last year. All that walking on Delridge has led her to walk across the stage tonight. Many of you walked with her on her journey. Listen to her story and see how your individual contributions have made a huge collective impact. I'd like to present Seattle Central student speaker who's earning a bachelor's in applied science, candidate Mildred Lael Wagner.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to thank God for His goodness and enabling power that has made this moment possible. It was Emma Lazarus whose profound poetic sonnet embodied immigrants to foreign land to share in this in this land of opportunity. Her words are forever inscribed in the statue inside the liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send this the homeless, the empty stones to me. I'll leave my lamp beside the golden door. I accept this invitation symbolized by a woman who through the challenges of centuries still stands in the harbor with her lamp held high. At the age of 32, I immigrated in the United States, tired, broken, and poor, with 2 children at my side. I was afraid. I spoke broken English. I could not write. But the Ren of South Seattle College taught me in a way that I could earn and excel in my future classes. Classes as those at Seattle Vocational Institute, where Miss Pamela Cox helped me to understand anatomy and physiology. In addition, she wrote reference letter allowed me to continue my funding for my education. When I couldn't pay my tuition fee at Seattle Central College, Peggy Baldwin allowed me to remain in her class and encouraged me to use my voice, something I never forget. She gave me her textbooks because I couldn't afford one on my own. I learned from Meg Kayanan at Central Business Office that I create payment plan online. And seems it's a small thing, but it's a big deal. At Central Financial Office, Kyle Darlin and the team explained the process in a way I can stand and was patient to me when I asked question after questions. So I won't be late for my tuition fee. Kari Sasinok at Central was patient with me and gave me tools, so my writing was almost like a master's degree. Remember, 10 years ago, I could barely speak and write English. I wouldn't be in this podium if it weren't from Julia Ismael. Last year, when I wasn't chosen to be a student speaker, she challenged me to prepare a better speech. This year, I am tonight because of her inspiration. To everyone who empowered me to achieve, I will forever remember what you did and how you cared. Faculty, administrator, I stand before you as I prepare to graduate for your dedication and hard work to all students. I was educated when I arrived at your doors 10 years ago. Tonight, I am receiving my Bachelor of Applied Science degree. My fellow graduates, we now share in the bright moment taking from the lamp of labor liberty, which still shine an inspiration, a beacon of encouragement. Let our heart felt together after many years of studying, crying, citing, searching for hope. I thank God the flame is still burned. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you. God bless America and the four corners of the world.
Please welcome to the podium South Seattle College President Gary Ortley.
What a great night this is, and go Otters. You know, it's wonderful to be here looking at all of you out there, and like Mildred, you've worked so hard to get to this stage, overcoming challenges of life that has been sent your way. We are so proud of all of you. And I am proud to introduce our next student speaker. Jackie Tran is our student body president and a 13th year scholar. For those who don't know, for 9 years, South Seattle College has provided free tuition for the first year of college and very important wraparound services to all high school graduates in the South Seattle area. Thanks to the City of Seattle, we'll be expanding that program to Seattle, Central, and North Seattle. Will soon offer the same scholarship. As Jackie will tell you, college was an elusive dream until he heard about the 13th year scholarship. Without it, Jackie may have not enrolled at South, and we would have missed out on his extraordinary leadership in student government and his many contributions he has made to our campus. Please join me in welcoming South student speaker, Associate of Science candidate, Jackie Tran.
Thanks, Gary. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for having me tonight. I stand before you as a fellow classmate with the wish to share my experience and what I've learned. I come from a family of 6 with a younger brother, 2 older sisters, and parents that immigrated from Vietnam. My parents were unable to attend schooling past middle school. My sisters have been in and out of college, and my brother is following right behind me. Growing up, everyone has been telling me how important education is, how my parents never had a chance to pursue theirs, and that I was lucky for my opportunities. I nodded my head and went to school. I attended class and did my homework simply because I was expected to, because education was so important. The goal, the finish line given to me, was getting into college. At the start of my time in Cleveland High School, I was made painfully aware that my family wasn't in the best of financial situations, more so than before. Unfamiliar with the legal system, my parents were taken advantage of by someone who was. My home was repossessed, and we were forced to move, causing me to change my schools. I continued my education, finding it lacking. I learned of a program back at Cleveland High that would take 30 students through a tour of Europe. I wanted to see the Colosseum. I wanted to see the Pantheon. I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Catacombs, the Statue of David, the Royal Palace, Big Ben. I yearned to experience the world and would let nothing stop me. From junior year to senior year, I worked a part-time job during school, doing everything in my power to transfer back to Cleveland in time for the trip. I succeeded. I saved enough money to experience all of these wonders and more. I was able to learn of all these cultures, so different and far from my own. Bonds forged between my classmates were invaluable. Nearing the end of my high school education, I faced my decision of what to do afterwards. I was expected to continue my education, to make the jump to college. Would the money be there for me to attend? Would financial aid cover it? Would my family be able to afford it? Would I be able to afford it? There were far too many uncertainties for the possibility of attending college. It seemed easier to finish my education and work. The 13th year scholarship program rolled around. They visited my high school and let me know that free college was waiting for me. No longer a hypothetical, I would be allowed to continue my education. 13th year showed me what South Seattle College had to offer. WorkSource, the Foundation, Student Life, MAST, and TRIO, to name a few. All of these helping hands waiting to receive me and help me on my journey. Meeting all of these people made me wonder, what does a degree get you? Why do you need college? Why exactly is education so important? These people made me figure out my own goals, ask myself what interested me, and find out what it is I want to do with my education. It wasn't until 13th year that I was able to ask these questions. One of the perks of TRIO was access to my own personal advisor, Leon. The biggest difference I found was that I was never told what I wanted to do, what classes I wanted to take. He asked me what I wanted to do and let me know how I could get there. For the time being, I set my major down as mechanical engineering simply because I was scientifically and mathematically inclined, also because it sounded cool. Taking related classes, learning more about my field, and the impact that I can create solidified my decision. The answers to my questions were beginning to fall in place. Now, we're all Seattle College graduates. A new chapter in our lives begins, and we have our own new questions that we need to ask ourselves. During this year, I will be asking myself, what university is right for me? How do I get there? What do I want to do with all of that education? What kind of impact am I looking to make in this world? As our journeys begin, we are faced with uncertainties, questions we must answer to see the end. As our journeys end, we must find those answers and begin anew. The first step there is to find what you need to ask yourself. With that, congratulations to everyone on finishing your journey in Seattle colleges, and I wish you the best of luck in your newest endeavors. Thank you.
Please welcome to the podium North Seattle College President Warren Brown.
I was waiting for the train to whistle too, actually. Since we're here in a baseball stadium, I think it's appropriate here in the home of the Mariners that I call up the closer for tonight's portion of the festivities. And so the closer is Sarah Michaelasi. I'm going to say a few things about Sarah. The fact that Sarah is about to speak in front of thousands is a testament in itself. For some of her classmates and North staff, when Sarah first joined North student leadership, they saw her as a hard worker, but someone who loved to work behind the scenes. They soon learned that behind Sarah's humble and intuitive nature, she was observing student leadership and how the programs worked so that she would be prepared when she became the student body president later that year. As president, Sarah has been highly prepared, she's been humble, she's been an effective champion for her classmates. Each month, she attends the meetings with college presidents, the chancellor, and the board of trustees. Sarah is a champion for social justice. She's a volunteer for campus plays and events. She spends hours and hours analyzing board agendas, policies, and even our most recent budget, talking with staff for clarification on how money was being allocated. Sarah is absolutely a wonderful leader. She has made positive change for North students, and I know she will do the same when she joins the University of Washington's honors program. Please join me in welcoming North student speaker, Associate of Science candidate, Sarah Michaelasi.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak today. If I could go back in time and tell me from 2 years ago that I would be standing here today, past me would not believe it. Like many of us here, I have had to face some adversity that has made it difficult for me to get to this point. One of the biggest challenges I've faced is that I experienced sexual and emotional trauma at a very early age, which severely impacted my self-image and the development of my entire identity. Then, when I was a freshman in high school, I was the victim of more sexual trauma, which took me back almost to the starting point on my journey to recovery. I thought about dropping out of school. I didn't believe in myself, and I certainly didn't think I would ever be here, speaking at my commencement ceremony, getting my associates, and moving on to being the first in my family to attend university. My journey to recovery is far from over, but I'm proud of how far I've come. I didn't accomplish this by myself, though. I am so extremely blessed to have the most supportive, selfless, and hardworking mother. I know that not everyone has that privilege, and I'm extremely grateful for it. She has worked around the clock, 24/7, 365 days a year for 18 years to make sure that I have everything I need. She went without food so that I could eat. She went without health care so that I could see a pediatrician. She worked her fingers to the bone so that I could have an education. And I just want her to know that there is no one that I admire, love, and cherish more than her. She's right over there. As soon as I came to North, a new chapter of my life began. I met people who broadened my definition of the human experience. I received constant support from outstanding teachers and mentors, and became a part of this community that I now call home. Okay, enough about me. I want to talk about all of you. We may not know each other, and we may never meet one-to-one, but I do know at least one thing about you. You did it. You overcame all of the barriers and obstacles and disasters life could throw at you, and now here you are. You should be very proud of yourself. Another thing I know about you is what you've taught me. You all have taught me just how lucky I am. That I may have had my own struggles getting here, but that I am not alone, and that there are struggles that I will never have to face. The things that you have all had to go through and the things that you have accomplished despite those struggles inspires me to never take no for an answer when it comes to accomplishing my dreams. I have met single parents who are working multiple jobs, raising children, and getting their education. I have classmates experiencing homelessness and food insecurity who still manage to come to school and make their education a priority. Veterans, students with disabilities, both visible and invisible, students of color, LGBTQ students, students who are discriminated against because of their religion. You are all absolutely amazing individuals. And I know that the things I've listed don't even begin to scratch the surface of the complexities and intersectionality of our identities. And I apologize if I've left anyone out, because each and every one of you is unique and a blessing to the world and to the Seattle colleges. The last thing I know about you is that you are strong. Your struggles may have helped to shape you, but they do not define you. Whatever your story is, whatever challenges you have overcome, and whatever obstacles lie ahead, you are strong. And I can say with 100% certainty that each and every one of you will go on to do extraordinary things. Thank you.
through. We came back with just a Saturday. The future past may disappear. You will find, yes I find, when you look way down in your heart and soul. Don't hesitate, 'cause your world seems cold. Stay young and hard. Don't you never, 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 never go. That's the way of the world. Glad you found one. You grow apart. Child is born with a heart of gold. The way of the world is as hard as a gold. So go. Sing your message loudly. Yeah. You came back with just a Saturday. The future past may disappear. You will find, it's online. When you look way down in your heart and soul. Why don't hesitate? Because your earth seems cold. Stay young and hard. So that you never, 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 never go. That's the way of the world. Glad you fly wild and you grow apart. Child is born with a heart of gold. The way of the world is as hard as a gold. So we'll go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please Please welcome back leaders of Seattle colleges.
Where's SVI? Make some noise. Hello again. As Interim Executive Dean of Seattle Vocational Institute, it is my pleasure and honor to present to you SVI's graduating class of 2017. Graduates from SVI, if you're not already standing, please stand to be recognized.
All right, let's hear it for South. Come on, South. As president of South Seattle College, I couldn't be happier to present to you our graduating class of 2017. Will the graduates of South Seattle College please stand and be recognized?
Is Central in the house? Woo! As the president of Seattle Central College, you know Central always has to be a little different. I am thrilled to present to you our graduating class of 2017. This class also has the distinct honor of being our 50th anniversary graduating class. Will the graduates of Seattle Central please stand and be recognized?
Oh, this is a great night, but I want to hear now from North. All right, as president of North Seattle College, it's with great pride that I present to you the graduating class of 2017. So graduates from North Seattle College, please stand and be recognized.
We're getting closer to that moment you've all been waiting for. Please welcome Seattle College's Board of Trustees Chair, Teresita Barayola, with final words before the presentation of diplomas.
Well, look at you, the best looking class ever. I love those pins. I am North. I am Central. I am South. I am SVI. It is my extreme pleasure to recognize this very important moment when you transition from being a student to calling yourself a college graduate. I hope that in the days and weeks ahead, you should take the time to honor yourself for all of your hard work. Studying late into the night, missing out on fun adventures, skipping meals, rewriting a paper when your computer crashes and you forgot to save. And I'm here to tell you all of that also happens in your work life. I will echo Chancellor Pan's sentiments that there are many who empowered you to achieve your dream. Many kids in this country grew up with Mr. Rogers, public television's friendly neighbor. And I want to borrow from Mr. Rogers when he accepted his Lifetime Achievement Emmy Award. So play along with me. And this is what he said. All of us have special ones who have loved us into being. Would you take, along with me, 10 seconds to think of the people who have helped you become who you are? Those who have cared about you and wanted what was best for you in life. 10 seconds of silence, and I'll watch the time. And he continued, whoever you've been thinking about, how pleased they must be to know the difference you feel they've made. Now, some of those special people came later for some of us in our lives. And if you don't think they know, I encourage you to tell them. I now invite Chancellor Pan, my fellow trustees, and the college leaders to join me in presenting our graduate candidates their diplomas. While they are getting in place, please join me in thanking Butch Harrison and Good Company for their musical accompaniment during tonight's ceremony. I would also like to acknowledge our sign language interpreters. And it's important to us to do justice when announcing the names of the many different graduating candidates being introduced. Let's thank our announcers in advance for their prep work. So now, family, friends, faculty, staff, and trustees, please join me in greeting the 2017 graduate candidates of Seattle Colleges.
Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the Bachelor of Applied Science graduates of Seattle Central College, North Seattle College, and South Seattle College.
I'm starting. Lynn D. Spencer, South.
Linnea Mildred Trupe.
Douglas Michael Rupick, South.
Dorothy Phillips.
Tammy Rabel, South.
Got it. Benito Aaron, North.
Hong Lang, North.
Jennifer Hong.
Mark Berg,
North.
North.
Deanna Fanning, North.
Jaime Salado, North.
Linda Garcia, North. Nancy Denningson, North.
Gabriel Rojas, North.
Alexandra Newman, North.
Malvelit McClurkin, North.
Efreda Amira, North.
Martin Rodriguez Lazo, North.
Ruda Medahan, North.
Elshan Aliyev, North.
Hong Yang, North.
Filbert Lin, North.
Anvar sorry, North. Sorry. Oh, his phone.
Chris Chambers, North.
Justin Wade, North.
Tevin Dillon, North.
Trevor Brennan, North.
Amen Marimi, North.
Agustina Bella Fusness, North.
Tim Davis, North.
Zarel Cabrera, North.
Kellen Neely, North.
Anna Schroeder, North.
Casey Riggin, North.
Wendy Jordan, South.
Christopher Mendoza, North.
Michael Jordan, South.
Nathan Flint,
Kenton
North.
Leon Novak, South.
Samuel No, North.
Colin Keith McCrowley, South.
Austin Amort, North.
Cynthia Diane Dodd, South.
Brandon Lawrence, North.
Leslie Ann Houston, South.
James Orrell, North.
George H. Moore, South.
Bradley Bommel, North.
Brandon John Virgil, South.
Joe McLaughlin, North.
Karen Herden, South.
Bob McHenry, North.
Pamela Ella Rich, South.
Sophia Digla,
Dustin Ray
Central.
Mack, South.
Ingrid Fernandez, Central.
Stephen Mayhew, South.
Priscilla Soverel, Central.
Ann K. Chow, South.
Unaloto Kaihauho Laulani, South.
Christopher N. Sherhas, South.
Sarah Brady, South.
Norma Tompkins, South.
Raquel Chase, South.
Heather Eklund, South.
Alan Ellison, South.
Carrie Lou, South. Nicole
Hillary-
Forte, South.
Hillary Larson, South.
Hannah Francina, South.
Giovanni Balena,
Hannah
South.
Kim, Central.
Lynn Wynn,
Christina-
South.
Christina Cordero, Central.
Hao Tran, South.
Lindsay Tennant Moore, Central.
Janie Nguyen,
Alexandria Cook, Central.
Luan Nguyen,
Dominica Mullen, Central.
Alan Craig Turner, South.
Tho Win, South, Central.
Savannah Schmidt, South.
Zamzam Mohammed, Central.
Kate M. Nicholas, South.
Lauren Glamstead, Central.
Kevin Hamill, Central.
Destiny Freeman, Central.
Amanda Ross, Central.
Shirin Karimi, Central.
LaDanya Tyson, Central.
Geraldine Garcia, Central.
Tina Berkeley, Central.
Abigail Amadars, Central.
Deborah Diedrichs, Central.
Amber Quest, Central.
Shannon Agor, Central.
Ruda Doblo, Central.
Carnella Linder, Central. Mary Brown, Central.
Sibel Mesfin, Central.
Jacqueline Lee, Central.
Savannah Hallman, Central. Vasily Tekamov, Central. You're doing a good job there, you know. Avi Astera.
Ali Fitz, Central.
Central. Rochelle Patala, Central.
Rithi Daiwan, Central.
Kongche, Central.
Sophia Labate, Central.
Min Soo Kim, Central.
Jordan Johnson, Central.
Jessica Chang, Central.
Kelsey Mackey, Central.
Julia Muhammad, Central. Manag, Central. I don't know. Kim Hu, Kim Hu, Central. Oh. Sorrel John Sisson, Central. Sisson. Vincent Lambuco, Central. Luke Howard, Central.
Family and friends, announcing the 2017 graduates of Seattle Vocational Institute, North Seattle College, Seattle Central College, and South Seattle College.
Sarah Michelasi, North. Sean Maloney, North. Catlin Mello, North. Shalise Anderson, North. Lynn Weinberg, North. Elenita Lucena, North. Harold Kwan, North. Angelo Manubai, North. Nicholas Goslin, North.
Nazim Koledin, SVI.
Daniel Gray, North.
Lorenzo Hawkins, SVI.
Ekaterina Mishenko, North.
Dale Taylor, SVI.
Me,
Yeah.
North.
Leonard King Jr., SVI.
Tran Lee, North.
Camille Bailey, SVI.
Tiffany Carpenter, North.
Shawanda Manise, SVI.
Vladka Berova, North.
Eunice Jane Dunn, SVI.
Fu Din,
Raya.
North.
Crystal Sabal, SVI.
Ea Bausik, North.
Huang Wu, SVI.
Trey Briggs, North.
Mary Elizabeth Espinoza, SVI.
Jacqueline Peralta, North.
Chelsea Marlin, SVI.
Rebecca Fondon, North.
Norieza Cruz, SVI.
Bilal Judah, North.
Jolena Raven Cruz, SVI.
Ayla Herzela, North.
Hannah Desuge, SVI.
Amber Cook, North.
Lenora Evans, SVI.
Andra Servati, North.
Letitia Evans, SVI.
Keziah Red Tehelen,
Zinab Ahili, SVI.
Jade Doe, North.
Guadalupe Garcia Rajoles, SVI.
Sen Zhao, North.
Manuel Raul, SVI.
Hueyu Johnny, North.
Ivan Garcia Geron,
Horan Zhang, North.
Desiree Coleman, SVI.
Wei Ting Kuo, North.
Tanika Faircloth, SVI.
Hai Shu Zhang, North. Carson Glidewell,
Khadija Adam, SVI.
Andy Tran, North.
It's you, Dana Clark, SVI.
Lorianne Davis, North.
Rihanna Dent, SVI.
Peter Coyle, North.
Jasmine Bryant, SVI.
Jamie Wega, North.
Katie Frey, SVI.
Peter Michaud, North.
Christopher Scott, SVI. Matthew Westman, SVI.
Jennifer Schweitzer, North.
Michelle Bordeaux, SVI. Love you.
Jasmine Jacobs, North.
Eugenia Beret, SVI.
Azel San Jose, North. Emily Stair, North.
Makachim Eradinshim, Central.
Frederick Anik Schnaus, North.
Darrell Matthews, SVI. Hi,
Mallory
Darrell.
Crisp, North. Schwan J.
Abby
Sun,
Worsham, SVI.
Shinhao Mei Mai, North.
Paul Dunlap, SVI.
Wanjung Shu, North.
Zadum Radif, SVI. Yolanda Cervantes, SVI.
Ming Xiao Wu, North.
Yolanda Parra, SVI.
Shailu Liu, North.
Yahara Badega, SVI.
Eve Solanki, North.
Miwat Molinmari, SVI.
Ikan Shenshun, North.
Shelby Allen, SVI.
Emil Aliyev, North.
Hiwat Nishat, SVI.
Alaji Jobarte, North.
Rebecca Salazar, SVI.
Tishala Pantonkum, North.
Lucero Leon Robles, SVI.
Brittany A. Hermanson, North.
Karen Espinoza, SBI.
Sai Chang, North.
Carlos Lorenzo, SVI.
Hewitt Terrafasa, North.
A little bit higher.
Josh Myers, North.
Charmaine Estrellas, SVI.
Alejandro Rodriguez, North.
Lakeisha Phillips, SVI.
Tessa Brusberg, North.
Shantea Danielle Martinez, SVI.
Micaela Carvajal, North.
Gregory Anderson, SVI.
Janelle Coleman, North.
Dominique Jordan, SVI.
Janine Sellers, North.
Stephanie Van Rainwater, SVI.
Justin Grant, North.
Sydney Daisy, SVI.
Kyle Essenmacher, North.
Zahira Williams, SVI.
Jennifer Al Yassin, North.
Brittany Collins, SVI.
Christina Conyers, North.
Lakita Comier, SVI.
Leslie Karina Reynolds, North.
Asha Elmi, SVI. What are they doing over there?
Edie Chase, North.
Betsabe Nava, SVI.
Arden Finch, North.
Wendy Nevu, SVI.
Angela Lamb, North.
Alexis Jada Abora, SVI.
Felicia Colley, North.
Paula Condi Cerny, SVI.
Deborah Kim, North.
Nicole Clemens Riley, SVI.
Catherine Dantes, North.
Gerald Hatfield, SVI.
Ana Cecilia Del Claro, North.
Jalonzo Smallwood, SVI.
Roman Yimmer, North.
Xavier Haynes, SVI.
Taonga Simfukwe, North.
Mary Rodriguez, SVI.
Catherine Lumadede, North.
Norman Beauchamp, SVI.
Nyang Lee, North.
Yakalo Fitwi, SVI.
Hanian Powell, North.
Tyrona Williams, SVI.
Abdullah Farajala, North.
Kayla Henderson, SVI.
Yan Wang, North.
Cameron Stelly, SVI.
Liang Lee, North.
Rad Adrian Abesate, SVI.
Gadissa Jarata, North.
Kalimwork Taike, SVI.
Ravi Spiner, North.
Alejandro Morales, SVI.
Cooper Marshall, North.
Liam O'Brien, SVI.
Connie Ackers, North.
Delisa Red, SVI.
Tien Bui, North.
Jeanette McKinney, SVI.
Sujit Nufani, North.
Sadie Lee, SVI.
Nadrovich Chol, North.
Arlen Choi, SVI.
Carolyn Lovano, North.
Hector Hernandez Jr., SVI.
Awimarush Totau, North.
Naja Element, SVI.
Amar Stouta, North.
Katina Scott, SVI.
Jenny Kunta, North.
Yvette Delira, SVI.
Mikkel Hudson, North.
Jennifer Garcia Paz, SVI.
Jacqueline Miller, North.
Eris Coover, SVI.
Snejana Damovsky, North.
Altia Washington, SVI.
Jennifer Bonsu, North.
Shay Moore, SVI.
Soka Bo, North.
Zinash Onatu, SVI.
Hareg Gethahun, North.
Ama Gedahun, SVI.
Masai Ajima, North.
Aragon Berry, SVI.
Sophie Chase, North.
Fakurnesh Burhe, SVI.
Kaylee Taylor, North.
Ahmed Dulul, SVI.
Benjamin Kelly, North.
Benjamin Guff, SVI.
Shinya Aoi, North.
Tiffany Chavez, SVI.
Ryusuke Ichisono, North.
Gloria Martinez, SVI.
Shiori Yamamoto, North.
Ahmad Odim, SVI.
Ayano Fujiwara, North.
Eric Waters, SVI.
Trevor Nguyen, North.
Latasha Graham, SVI.
Arko Kandukar, North.
Nazareth Yitbarek, SVI.
Nick Host, North.
Joanna Batara, SVI.
Barrett Wynn, North.
Jasmine Hopkins, SVI.
Hawariat Abata, North.
Adrian Talaktak, Central.
Jasmine Patina Arellano, North.
Emer Dalton, Central.
Jessica Patina Arellano, North.
Ayun Cade, Central.
Joe Raylan Inohardo, North.
Fartun Khalif Ahmed, Central.
Nisha Koshin, North.
Samira Hussein, Central.
Javan Moody, North.
Stephanie Cerezo Hernandez, Central.
Santia Tanapal, North.
Juliana Amesquita.
Jeanette Ita, North.
Marilyn Ponzi Turok.
Irene Tajeb, North.
Tina Andigunu.
Maza Hutapeya, North.
Missed one? Marilyn Pansipanso. Tarot.
Tracy Law, North.
Elizabeth Contreras, Central.
Beatrice Annabella Sunusi, North.
Annery Hill, Central.
Nathania Aurelia, North.
Olivia Partington, Central.
Adeline Natawajaya, North.
An Fang, Central.
Florencia Iruna, North.
Rebecca Morin, Central.
David Wijaya, North.
Joanna Cristina Cavazos, Central.
Jonathan Nusanthara, North.
Jacqueline Richardson, Central.
Christopher Ricky, North.
Brian Lucero, Central.
Calvin Christian, North.
Salif Nakanabo, Central.
Kenny Chandra, North.
Christina Bruler, Central.
Vincent Putra, North.
William Norvell Price, Central.
Stephen Lawrence, North.
Natari Yingumhang, Central.
Clayton Lukito Chayaha, North.
Lena Eito, Central.
Manjitsu Mirasia, North.
Nabi Supetran, Central.
Dragana Popotic Aguilar, North.
Connor Smith, Central.
Jitsakan Clayjang, North.
Marley Koba, Central.
Claudia Dialba, North.
Robert Ribado, Central.
Kaya Hankerson, North.
Anwal Ibrahim, Central.
Maudi Isa, North.
Aisha Burka, Central.
Mackenzie Riley, North.
Marwa Alansi, Central.
Patricia May Castillo, North.
Amina Mohammed, Central.
Guanchao Wan, North.
Najma Sheikh, Central.
Ziyi Liang, North.
Ayan Adan, Central.
Auntie Huang, North.
Ustan Jeta, Central.
Shu Huz, North.
Amina Moalin, Central.
Changyi Wang, North.
Jessica Martinez Silva, Central.
Kenchi Gao, North.
Brandy Wilkins, Central.
Jiayi Shu, North.
Chenyu Zhao, Central.
Chantal Bell, North.
Kizuki Kajimoto, Central.
Anifa Berry, North.
Muletu Khalil, Central.
Jiang Nguyen, North.
Jennifer McPherson, Central.
Chao Tron, North.
Megan Person, Central.
Adiem Abti, North.
Grania Hunter, Central.
Azeb Tisigai, North.
Tesfahungen Iftar, Central.
Marone Ba, North.
Shawit Galay, Central.
Gloria Boateng, North.
Ergi Dadi, Central.
Yes. Binta Mani, North.
Rebecca Michael, Central.
Maria Magdalena Insa Nagdono, North.
LaShawn Dandridge, Central.
Able Kali, North.
Duyen Nguyen, Central.
Biusa A. Dudley, North.
Tina Brigitte, Central.
Jackie Tran, South.
Seleng Osamo Ornu, Central.
Jeffrey Leo, South.
Mohammed Yasun Sabri, Central.
Chaka Demisi Goshu, South.
Sophie Ann Batik, Central.
Han Park, South.
Yasmin Ibrahim, Central.
Anwar Aman, South.
Almira, Central.
Estefanos Gabrezgi, South.
Kelsey Abrahamson, Central.
Tedele Kakisa, South.
Alexa Mahan, Central.
Nia Tran, South.
Josephine Sade Hasibuan, Central.
Abdul Rahman Omar, South.
Irina Samarina, Central.
Carmen Berry Smith, South.
Ardo Kadra Hersey, Central.
Mikias Berhanu, South.
Unique Walker, Central.
Monica Denise Elenes, South.
Sophia Takola, Central.
Ebesa Andele, South.
Jaquan Hayes, Central.
Sarah Singleton, South.
Jimmy Hopkins Jr., Central.
Bruce Red, South.
Quan Ting Chen, Central.
Maria Reyes Castano, South.
Azumi Sogabe, Central.
Loida Cassandra Asumu Mokui, South.
Mirko Faruja, Central.
J.R. Kabakuyan, South.
Joshua Lim, Central.
Mahid Mohammed, South.
Risa Koshida, Central.
Yakubiti Shamila Mahesh De Silva, South.
Junpei Kawikita, Central.
Kenneth Bramblett, South.
Isaiah Zeke Swango,
Michael P. O'Driscoll, South.
Maxwell Newhoff, Central.
Kitchell Daniels, South.
Jim Wynn, Central.
Alvin Falley, South.
Han Zhou, Central.
Susan Evans, South.
Chu Fei Wang, Central.
Irene Fui V. Latuli, South.
Chung Ming Chong, Central.
Abby Aweke, South.
Zian Lee, Central.
Suzette Samante, South.
Jiaxin Ye, Central.
Yen Del Rosario, South.
Xiaotong Summer He, Central.
Crystal Galindo, South.
Win, Central.
Avalon Akelene Townsend, South. Derek Crowley, South.
Fat Tren, Central.
Michael Wilson, South.
Lin Chu, Central.
Semhar Mezengi, South.
Kan Win, Central.
Yodit Woldemichael, South.
Jovia Win Do, Central.
Beharadine Meshala, South.
Sarah Layton, Central.
Halima Omar, South.
Khaled Al Ashur, Central.
Hanan Gumale, South.
Muhubu Muse, Central.
Ramo Abdi, South.
Shangala Isaac, Central.
Kenneth Castro Ocampo, South.
Louisa Kwok, Central.
Wandwozen Shumet, South.
Hayato Kimura, Central.
Carlos Hernandez, South.
Marian Ali Muse, Central.
Afuf Al-Khalaf, South, Central.
Hibo Hassan, Central.
Luis Alberto, South.
Elizabeth Fawn, Central.
Ignacio Garnica Melgoza, South.
Sarah Hammond, Central.
Jacob Lane, South.
Christina Fernandez, Central.
Genesis Gerdado, South.
Todd Quackenbush, Central.
Carlos Gomez, South.
Jordan Safford, Central.
Jose Alvarez Martinez, South.
Clarence Cruz, Central.
Aiden Wasi, South.
Nora Patu-Galan, Central.
Catalina Cervantes, South.
Kenny I, Central.
Araceli Tovar Carrillo, South.
Gabriela Rodiles, Central.
Kelly May Young, South.
Hui T. Bailey, Central.
Apisik Volalath, South.
Train Tron, Central.
Jimmy Castillo Mata, South.
Duyen Lei, Central.
TJ Thyro, South.
Chung Lei, Central.
Melinda Chambers, South.
Yen Pham Huang Nguyen, Central.
Aquila Isaac Aquila, South.
Amber Tomez, Central.
Cabe M. Cropley, South.
Letitia Thomas, Central.
Tiruzer J. Maselu, South.
Sage Johnson, Central.
Abdi Rajak Jama, South.
Kathy Golden, Central.
Hanad M. Hersey, South.
Ha Tai, Central.
Ahmed Ali Geli, South.
Brooke Shook, Central.
Jaden Stephen Saavedra Combs, South.
Rich Schultz, Central.
Raymond Hamilton, South.
Jody Matthews, Central.
Zelda Grace Tiemann, South.
Kaylin Ryberry, Central.
Daniel J. Lum, South.
Uyen Win, Central.
Wilhelm Lau, Central.
Tuan Lei, Central.
Ken Defon, Central.
Adam Jackson, Central.
Kenneth Cabana, South.
Deanna James Lopez, Central.
Du Tai, South.
Angela Escos, Central.
Yemisrak Alemayu, South.
Aspen Hardy, Central.
Sarah Haile Mariam, South.
Shavona Scott, Central.
Kongit Zelele, South.
Antai Tuvo, Central.
Safiatu Mansare, South.
Antai Tui Vo, Central.
Linda Awua, South.
Nong Nobao Huang, Central.
Marco Hernandez, South.
Yuying Tutui Huyen, Central.
David Vernon Jones, South.
Tan Vo, Central.
Ibrahim Bulo Wario, South.
Indra Ank Amgalan, Central.
Margie W. Purnell, South.
Miley Anderson, Central.
Melinda Liquanan, South.
Kenho Yakushiji, Central.
Laura May Nguyen, South. Tao Lei, South.
Fu Ming Shi, Central.
Dewey Quang Niat Dong, South.
Tiang Ming,
Anpan Kiyu Tran, South.
Central.
Anpan Tutran, South.
Tamara Stevens, Central.
Nok Tran, South.
Ashley McCurdy, Central.
Tu Bao Huang Tran, South.
Kiana Larkins, Central.
Tom Trong, South.
Josephine Olson, Central.
Alyssa Gabuat, South.
Ariel Michelle Parkhill, Central.
Vanda Chia, South.
Aaliyah Bradley, Central.
Perlina Madrano, South.
Arvel Beaver Jr., Central.
Pulamau Savusa, South.
Zerihun Hele Selassie.
Taya Paul, South.
Kiflom Mahari, Central.
Marco Antonio Felix, South.
Ahmed Hassan,
Robert
Central.
Pedersen, South.
Winnie DeForest, Central.
James Eckert, South.
Daniel Honorio, Central.
Stephen Lavandier, South.
Catherine Ramos Beal, Central.
Peter Lavandier, South.
Raul Medina, Central.
Vanessa Rojas, South.
Song Jun Kim, Central.
Maggie Dolph, South.
Samuel Waldemariam, Central.
Melissa Hain, South.
Zizi Sun, Central.
Elizabeth Brown, South.
Nicola Kolderosh, Central.
Bruce Lim, South.
Wen Chi Lee, Central. Victoria Long, Central.
Jose Morales, South.
Mark Boris, Central.
Dan Backman, South.
Julie Poliak, Central.
Yadrantra Jovanovic Borland, South.
Daniel Thomas Tracy, Central.
Alexander Marion, South.
Purich Ariyarug, Central.
Ilis A. Omar, South.
Ruslana Duval, Central.
Abdi Karim D. Hall, South.
Eliora Ashurali Yara, Central. Kwanishbek Kidir Bayer, Central.
Tianyu Wang, South.
Kadorbek Adir, Central.
Yongfei Yin, South.
Natalia Ju, Central.
Wenhui Zhang, South.
Abul Khairkan Kayev, Central.
Afram Kidane, South.
Igor Yelisev, Central.
Azeb Takle Mariam Hagos, South.
Yuto Akutsu, Central.
Eric Avenger, South.
Gabrielle Finterti, Central.
Crystal Thompson, South.
Kayla Duca, Central. Yi Jin Jung, Central.
Chandria Rose, South.
Abdi Musa, Central.
Kenyon Raymond Lamb, South.
Jennifer Lee, Central.
Matthew Douglas Kawal, South.
Crystal Carter, Central.
Marth Bree Jen Mendoza, South.
Kyril Rulian, Central.
Wei Non Sun, South.
Fiona Lee, Central.
Jennifer B. Iya Ayatebe, South.
Vidal Poindexter, Central.
Sarah D. Conte Freeman, South.
Lindsay Keene, Central.
Leonard Bibong Nase, South.
Courtney Weaver, Central.
Madi Esau, South.
Jessica Wynn, Central.
Abdi Jabril Ismail, South.
Kento Tsuchimoto, Central.
Mohammed Aman Mohammed, South.
Brian Marshall, Central.
Daniel Ziwede, South.
Wen Po Shu, Central.
Hermes Obion, South.
Revelino Lugtu, Central. Nicholas Huin, Central.
Vicente Combs, South.
Josephine Rashkov, Central.
Tony Miko Rocco, South. Rocio.
Hei Ming Lee, Central.
Avu Avue, South.
Marshawn Walker, Central.
Kate Tron, South.
Daniela Bowman, Central.
Arjun Cook, South.
Hazuki Toya, Central.
Antonio Williams, South.
Orex John Ong, Central. Rachel Raymond, Central.
Aya Toranjo, South.
Marissa DeLucia, Central.
Rothan U, South.
Mallory Herbst, Central.
Adi U, South.
Bai Jing Hui Hu, Central.
Addison Ramsey Kim, South.
Yu Tung Wu, Central.
David Paul Nguyen, South.
Wael Al Hussein, Central.
Kenny Fung, South.
Mohammed Al Hussein, Central.
Leanna Cal Nguyen, South.
Ana Carmela Bunyanga, Central.
Lloyd Futai, South.
Gia Eloisa Marie Ismael, Central.
Luis Fernandez de Jose, South.
Fleda Ramos, Central.
Benjamin Bailon, South.
Barbara Watson, Central.
Upolinar Bailon, South.
Tom Wormstead, Central.
Kanan Guled, South.
Shenlan Guang, Central.
Omar Ciudad, South.
JJ He, Central.
Samir Osman, South.
Man In Choi, Central.
Paul Brugle, South.
Carrie Lowe, Central.
Jocelyn Black, South.
Christopher Reyes, Central.
Elise Alugre, South.
George Perez, Central.
Jennifer Ainley, South.
Aaron Dadisman, Central.
Sophie Fakhrul, South.
Mutasim Kuzi, Central.
Jake Madison, South.
Lydia Habte Selassie, Central.
Shueb Hassan, SVI.
Eden Igoda.
Selena Lesette Tuvina, South.
Nahom Girme, Central.
Natalie Ha, South.
Nahom Zakiros, Central.
Hafsa Math, South.
Nathan Maltus, Central.
Jacqueline Morono, South.
Barakat Habte, Central.
Sabria Kahaman, South.
Sarah Johannes, Central.
Marion Abdi, South.
Christopher Kaku, Central.
Fatume Safurpur, South.
Alvin Antonio, Central.
Ruth Magle Koyal Sik, South.
Stephanie Dukes, Central.
Mule Mabratu, South.
Teresa Wu, Central.
Hodan Mubarak, South.
Jacob Lopez, Central.
Kevin Nunaze, South.
Tao Tai Fung Win, Central.
Robert Walker, South.
Felisa Budiado, Central.
Gina Zua, South.
Raisa Imandadi, Central.
May Tam, South.
Princess Grace Mangudatatu, Central.
Amina Chung, South.
Wenshu An Jo, Central.
Yizo, South.
Hao Wang, Central.
Chavi Mehura, South.
Din Bo Long, Central.
Yong Ho, South.
Chong Zuo Central.
Jo Yin Hwin, South.
Yang Zi Lu Central.
Ka Win, South.
Ming Jin Jo Central.
Tet Yati Win, South.
Yan Yi Wu Central.
Ji Yin Sitin Dejak, South.
Yu Yu Huang Central.
Tran Nguyen, South.
Ping Deng Central.
Fong Ti Nguyen, South.
Juling Zhao Central.
Ni Ti Yen Wen, South.
Yun Su Central.
Hong Mi In Lee, South.
Ray Yun Chang Central.
Tom Fong, South.
Yi Bin Tang Central.
Shelby Rose Green, South.
Lung Yu Chang Central.
Genova Vu Ivanu Vu, South.
Tasha Cristanto Central.
Angela Flores Marcus, South.
Eileen Wono Di Hardgo Central.
Chantel Lynn Relaford, South.
Zoe Wong Central.
Amin Amin, South.
Sheila Diane Eusebio Blando Central.
Hamza Shanley, South.
Sita Lynn Munoz Central.
Fadumo Hossein, South.
Tantan Huang Central.
Avery Shield, South.
Azusa Ueda Central.
Kent Ian Margulies, South.
Malachi Musclerat Central. South.
Isabella Paragelano, South.
Frialam Workalamo South.
Brandon Pottigier, South.
Tian Ying Peng Central.
Phoebe Prohaska, South.
Chloe Lee Central.
Lauren Riling, South.
Yan Zan Chan Central.
Lan Huang Nguyen, South.
Chung Kit Man Central.
Chi Trong T Diem, South.
Mavius Nelson Central.
Feng Tran, South.
Lorena Navarro Garcia South.
Melissa Rita Torres, South.
Emma Maceda Maria South.
Blanca Oliviera, South.
Anthony Nelson South.
Joseph Wynn, South.
Doris Beeman South.
Fuya Maimoe Obia Ruma, South.
Edward Yamas South.
I am so sorry.
Stephanie Chavez South.
Jonathan Jeffries, South.
Camille Jiwa South.
Lucila Morcelero, South.
Hao Tran Min South.
Samantha Jean Lavia, South.
Sophia Omar Mohammed South.
Mara Palmer, South.
Brenda Herman Mejia South.
Vogel Pole, South.
Ali A. Warsame South.
Ki Young Ho Lee, South.
Edgar Garcia South.
Jamie V. Kringle, South.
Natalia Isadora Parker, South.
Kayla Barber, South.
Lukea Asfi, South.
Win-Win Lay, South.
Emiko Minatoya Shields, South.
Tyler Yamashita, South.
Sarah Irene Jensen, South.
Bernardo Anan Nuevo, South.
Charmaine Macabrew, South.
Ronghin Z, South.
Gladys Gamboya, South.
Viet T. Long, South.
Zainab Ali, South.
Okay.
Saeed Mohammed, South.
Oh, thank you. It's a tough job. I will not.
Natanile Ayeli, South.
So nerve-wracking.
Ayan Omar Mohammed, South. Regina A. Dute, South. Okay. Taisha Love, South.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the official turning of the tassel, we would like to ask that you remain seated during the recessional. You are invited to greet your graduates along the main concourse. Family and friends of those from SVI can find your graduates near Section 117, Central near Section 118, North Section 119, and South near Section 120. For those observing Ramadan, we have reserved prayer space in the group suites. Please go to the elevators where you will be directed to the proper locations on level 6. And now, graduates, family, and friends, please turn your attention to the podium where Chancellor Sean Pan will lead the ceremonial turning of the tassel.
Graduates, by the authority granted to me by the State of Washington and the Seattle College's Board of Trustees to symbolize your transition from student to graduate, now I ask you to move your tassel from the right of your cap to the left. Congratulations, graduates 2017. Thank you. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah! Here we go! Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. There's been so many things that held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we got a long, long way to go, and when we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. Getting ourselves together, we're gonna polish up our act now. And if ever you've been held down before, I know that you refuse to be held down anymore. And don't you let nothing now. We're gonna groove. I know you know someone that has a negative vibe, and if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they'll end up, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna get ourselves together. We're gonna polish up our act now. And if ever you've been held down before, I know that you refuse to be held down anymore. And don't you let nothing, nothing stand in your way. I want you to listen, listen. Every word I sing, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Oh, yes we are. Ain't no stopping us now. We're gonna groove, gonna groove, gonna groove, gonna groove well. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move, moving along, you and me now. Ain't no stopping us now. We're gonna groove. No stopping, no stopping, no stopping, no stopping, there'll be no stopping, no stopping, no stopping, no stopping, there'll be no stopping, 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 there'll be no stopping. Let's move it, y'all. And don't you let nothing, nothing stand in your way. I want you to listen, listen. Every single word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Oh, ain't no stopping us now. We're gonna groove. Got to groove it, got to move it, yeah. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move, moving, you and me on the planet. Ain't no stopping us now. We're gonna groove. Ain't no stopping us now. Yeah. Damn, it's about time.